Ladies and gentlemen, please will you stand to welcome the bride and groom?
When do we go hooray?
Hey! All right, turn it in.
No, it's right. I need to switch it
Oh, right.
first.
Swoosh, swoosh. Right, you in for bowling it?
Okay. Am I sitting down?
Yep. I don't want the last thing to do is take chair away and then that would be the worst. Right. My turn again, I'm afraid. I've got one supporter at least. So first of all, welcome everybody. It's my huge privilege as father of the bride to welcome you all here today. To celebrate the marriage of Hannah and Mark, Mr. and Mrs. Honour. I'd especially like to thank the other Mr. and Mrs. Honour for welcoming us and hosting us on their beautiful farm. Also mentioned to Caroline, I think we did a pretty good job here. I suspect Hannah has been fearing this part the most because it's the only bit of today that she hasn't meticulously organised. It's been a perfect day and it's been down to you. You have organised this superbly. There's nothing to quite prepare you to stand at the back of the church realising that your beautiful girl has now turned into a beautiful bride. Memories come flooding back, letting go of her saddle as she rode her first bike down on her own, teaching her to drive, watching her drive for the first time on her own. Honestly, it's been a journey that has gone too fast. Well, actually, there's bits of driving that went a bit too fast, to be honest. Hannah was a fairly easy child to raise. None of this waiting up into the early hours for her to come home, desperate phone calls late at night to come and get her to hear from other parents. But I put most of this down to Hannah's love of horses. Since about the age of 6, she sat on a horse just about every weekend since then. And as a father, happy to encourage and support this. Horses are hard work. Feeding, mucking out, cleaning tack, shifting hay bales, and then riding it for about 10-15 minutes. All this seemed to exhaust her too much to go out clubbing. And horses smell. This all seemed as kind of ideal boyfriend deterrent. Now, every father worries about the kind of chap that his daughter will meet and be interested in. My advice to fathers, get your daughter a horse. But eventually the day comes and she meets a fellow who she's a bit special about. She's keen and anxious to find out more about him. We establish a few raw facts. We establish he's a farmer. Horse prevention goes out the window. On top of that, the farm produces hay. Okay, so time to meet him. Probably the most daunting process for both of us. But within minutes you can see just how happy he makes her and quickly realise that Mark is perfect for her. It's easy to see that he loves her with all his heart and she does him. He always puts her first and supports her in every way. I think that's been said several times today. He even thankfully seems rather good at getting under a car and fixing the next new noise that it seems to be making. Something I won't miss. You've only got to spend a few moments in time with Hannah and Mark to realise that they have found each other's soulmate. So Mark, as I did earlier in church today, I want to tell you how happy I am to pass the duty, of holding Hannah's hand through the next chapters of your lives together. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to stand and raise your glasses? Welcome the photographer. Join me in a toast to Hannah and Mark.
Hannah and Mark.
You're right.
Lovely.
Ah, that's my bit done.
Very good.
Thank you, Roland, for that great speech. I knew I should have gone first. On behalf of my wife and I, we would just like to thank everyone for being able to share our special day with us as we turn a new chapter in our lives. We have truly enjoyed preparing and organising today's details. It has been everything we could have dreamed of. So we'll start off with saying thank you to bridesmaid Marcel for being there for Hannah on the only occasion I cannot. I have no doubt you have done a great job. Thank you. Thank you to best man Jimmy for organising the stag do and helping with today's events. You have fulfilled your position well. I won't thank you too much yet though. We haven't heard your speech yet. Thank you for embracing the role. I would just like to give a special mention to both our parents for all the help, love and support you have given us leading up to this big day. We appreciate all the things you have done for us, no matter the size. Thank you, Mum, for all your hard work making the cake right up to the last minute, which we already know will taste great. I know Hannah and Dad are keen to have a slice. And Dad, thank you for all the work you have put in helping us get ready for today. I'd like to thank you both for supporting me throughout my life so far. And bringing me up to where I am today. I hope I have made you both proud. Caroline, Tim, Roland and Vanessa, I would like to thank you too, mainly for such quick positive responses when I asked for your blessings to propose to Hannah. I was grateful for the lack of suspense.
I was going to make you squirt.
I also thank you for welcoming me into your families right from when Hannah and I first started dating to where we are right now. But on a more serious note, what I would really like to say thank you for is bringing Hannah up to be the most caring, thoughtful person she is. It is both an honour and privilege to call Hannah my wife and join both of your families. I would just like to take a moment and appreciate how radiant my wife, Hannah, is looking today. I'm so proud of Hannah and all of her achievements and challenges she has overcome. Last night, Hannah presented me with the most fantastic gift, a treasure box of all our favourite moments together, for which I'm truly grateful for. Thank you. The earliest memory I have of us is our first date. I arrived early and saw this beautiful blonde-haired girl walking a puppy up the track. I remember clearly thinking, I hope this is Hannah.
Was it?
Yes. Yes, it was. Our date went well, laughing and smiling the whole duration. So much our cheeks ached, which I know you remember too. I'm sure there's an unwritten rule somewhere that suggests you shouldn't be too keen whilst dating. I'm glad to say it is not one neither of us follow, as we saw each other every day over the next week. Random tours of Oxford to wine bars we don't even drink at. One of Hannah's most memorable quotes from back then was, "If Misty accepts you, then you're allowed into our little family," which must have gone pretty well, as Misty, for those of you that don't know, has a great dislike of strangers and men. More recently, I took it upon myself to propose to Hannah in Verona, Italy. Hannah was not even aware that we were going on holiday at the time, let alone abroad or where to. So I really do have to thank her for being so free-willing and also so trusting and having faith in me to organise such an occasion. The whole proposal almost fell short when my bag got pulled aside at check-in to be searched further. We almost had an impromptu security desk proposal. Fortunately, we made it through. Still unknown to Hannah, we had a romantic moment at the Castel Vecchio Bridge where I made the surprise proposal. How being the setting for Romeo and Juliet didn't give the whole game away, I do not know. Spoiler alert, the balcony isn't real. We have been on so many adventures in our time together so far, none as great as today's, where I've been fortunate to marry my best friend and call her my wife. I look forward to so many more adventures ahead with you, Hannah, and see what challenges we face together. Every day I see your beauty, but today you shine brighter than ever. If you could all please raise your glass to my beautiful wife, the one I love, Hannah. On a further note, the candles in front of you all handmade by ourselves, my wife and I, are our wedding gift to you, so please take with you this evening. And please, if you could take a moment to sign our guest book at the front, we would be grateful. And now I will hand over to the best man, Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know me, my name is James. In preparation for this day, I googled heartfelt best man speech, and I found a website with thousands of different speech examples that I could pay to see. However, I'm just winging it now. I have two theories as to why Mark asked me to be his best man. Firstly, that Mark trusts me not to say anything bad and embarrassing about him, but more than likely, that he asked everyone else and they said no. Seriously though, I'd like to say what a great honour and privilege it is to be Mark's best man. I've received lots of advice on writing a best man speech. The best bit of advice, however, is that the speech should only last as long as it takes the groom to make love. And it seems that I've already overrun. Also, in my best man research, I found that according to tradition, I should sing the groom's praises and talk about his many good points. Well, I'm very sorry to tell you that I can't sing and I won't lie. So I've known Mark for 12 years. We first met at PA Turner's, where Mark still works now. We had many laughs together there, and Mark, you've come a long way since Sanchez the Mouse. Yeah. For those of you who don't know Sanchez, he there's many pictures on Facebook of him on a John Deere tractor. Unfortunately, all this occurred after rigor mortis set in. As most of you will know, so you hope you're still happy to have Mark. Yeah. As most of you will know, Mark isn't afraid of hard work. I think many people have said that today. And he can certainly turn his hand to most things. Working on the family farm, carrying out horse-related activities with Hannah, to repairing most types of vehicles. He's been a very good friend to me over the years, and the sort of person always to help you out. On the subject of vehicles, if anyone wants a good deal on a used car, speak to Mark. I think Hannah will be very happy. Mark, now I know you were best man at my wedding and you chose not to embarrass me. However, bad luck. I'm not returning that favour. So whilst I say we are still young, but whilst we're young and single, we had lots of nights out together, all under copious amounts of alcohol. To a lot of people, probably what I'm going to say won't mean a lot, but a few key events that Mark will probably know. There's the field parties, motorbikes and the coal trailers in this field. The time at McDonald's redistributing all the straws. Many an S5 bus that will never be the same again. Probably more me than you. The various late night plumbing jobs that probably went into the morning sometimes. And that one time on the golf course, which I won't say any more about. I think you'll agree with me that the wedding ceremony that Lisa did was very touching. Finally, just want to quickly say, sorry I missed one bit. No, I think you'll all agree that the wedding ceremony was touching. Not to take anything away from Mark's well-executed proposal in Verona, but I think you can thank me. It was 3 days after our wedding, so I think that might have got you in the spirit of things. I don't know if it was a coincidence. Just quickly then, just to thank all family, friends and staff involved today. It's obviously been a lot of effort to get here and set up the venue. It looks really good. Also look forward to, hopefully it will be a wonderful dinner, so no pressure to the cooks. I also think we'll all agree that bridesmaid Marcel and the bride Hannah both look stunning. You look magnificent too, Mark. He can be very sensitive and I don't want him to think I'm showing any favouritism. I would now like to draw my speech to a close by wishing the couple a long and very happy married life. My greatest wish for the two of you is that every day of your lives will be full of happiness and laughter. With the love and loyalty that Mark and Hannah have for each other, I can see that they'll have a long and happy life together. I also want to take this opportunity to tell Hannah that I've never known Mark happier since you've both been together. And if I can offer Hannah one piece of advice, don't ever feed Mark Starburst or Skittles. And if you're curious, try those later tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please be upstanding, please, and raise your glasses to a toast to Mark and Hannah. To Mark and Hannah.